In the heart of a bustling city, where skyscrapers kissed the clouds and luxury cars lined the streets, lived a millionaire named Eleanor Blackwood. Eleanor was a woman of immense wealth and even greater pride. Her empire, built from years of ruthless business dealings, was her life's work. She had one daughter, Isabella, who was as beautiful as she was headstrong. Isabella, however, had grown tired of her mother's controlling ways and the shallow world of high society. Eleanor had always envisioned a grand future for Isabella, marrying into another wealthy family, expanding their empire and securing their legacy. But Isabella had other plans. She had fallen in love with a humble farmer named Thomas, a man who lived a simple life in the countryside. Thomas was kind, hardworking, and deeply in love with Isabella. Their love was pure, but Eleanor saw it as a betrayal of everything she had worked for. Furious at her daughter's defiance, Eleanor decided to teach Isabella a lesson. In a fit of rage, she declared that if Isabella wanted to marry Thomas, she would have to live as he did without the luxuries she had grown up with. Eleanor forced Isabella to marry Thomas, believing that the harsh realities of farm life would break her spirit and bring her back to her senses. Isabella, determined to prove her mother wrong, accepted the challenge. She left behind her life of opulence and moved to Thomas's modest farm. The transition was difficult. The long hours, the physical labor, and the simplicity of farm life were a stark contrast to the world she had known. But Isabella's love for Thomas gave her strength. She learned to tend to the crops, care for the animals, and find joy in the little things. Months passed, and Isabella thrived in her new life. She discovered a sense of fulfillment she had never known in the city. Her bond with Thomas grew stronger, and together, they built a life filled with love and contentment. Word of Isabella's happiness reached Eleanor, who was both shocked and enraged. She had expected her daughter to come crawling back, begging for forgiveness. Instead, Isabella had found true happiness without her. Eleanor's pride couldn't bear it. She decided to visit the farm, determined to bring Isabella back to the life she believed her daughter deserved. But when she arrived, she was met with a sight that left her paralyzed. Isabella, radiant and happy, was working alongside Thomas in the fields. The farm, once humble, was now thriving, thanks to their hard work and dedication. The love between Isabella and Thomas was palpable, and it was clear that they had built something beautiful together. Eleanor stood there, her heart heavy with regret. She realized that her wealth and power had blinded her to what truly mattered. In her quest to control Isabella's life, she had pushed her daughter away. Now, seeing the happiness she had tried to destroy, Eleanor was overcome with guilt. She had lost her daughter, not to a humble farmer, but to her own arrogance. In that moment, Eleanor's world crumbled. She returned to her mansion, a shell of the woman she once was. The wealth and power she had cherished now felt empty. She had everything, yet she had nothing. And as she sat alone in her grand estate, she couldn't help but wonder if it was too late to mend the broken bond with her daughter. Isabella, on the other hand, had found her true home. She had proven that love and happiness could flourish in the simplest of places. And though she never forgot her mother, she knew that her life with Thomas was where she belonged. This story explores themes of love, pride, and the pursuit of happiness, offering a compelling narrative that could captivate readers and increase engagement.